Trinity is going to be putting this in her community as well. So cool. Well, welcome everyone. I'm glad you guys jumped on. As you saw, this is like creator bookkeeping Q&A. I'm probably going to do the least amount of talking because I'm the least knowledgeable in this area and probably the worst at keeping my own books. I definitely try to hang on to receipts, but they end up being a mess. And so Trinity and I met. It was through school, right? Is where we met through
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's cool. I love school for that purpose. We get to, in the schoolers community, if you run a school community yourself, then you get put into the schoolers community, which is a bunch of people running communities. So you get to talk about it and all your, any kind of tips and tricks. And then we just meet new people. So thank you, Trinity, for being here. And I'm not too sure where you want to get started, but I know you've prepped for this. So
Yeah. So thanks for actually having me on. This is absolutely great. I just launched my community to help business owners with bookkeeping when they don't have the ability to outsource it yet. Bookkeeping can be, it's the least favorite job when you're starting a business. Um, I had a client come to me when we were first connecting, and she goes, "No offense, but I hate your job."
that's
That's
nice.
not a problem. It's why I have it.
Yeah.
If you're I had debated on where to start with this because I didn't want to go too heavy too quick. I did want, if anybody here does have any questions, I'm definitely more than open to asking them at that time as well. Billy, I know you have some planned questions as well. What I wanted to go over and I thought would be the most beneficial for your audience was just reassuring everybody that you don't have to be good at bookkeeping. You don't have to have the degree or the diploma or the background working in banks, whatever, that, for example, I have to do your own books properly. You didn't get into business to do bookkeeping unless you went into the bookkeeping business.
Ah,
For
that's good.
me,
Good.
right? I
Yeah.
didn't get into business to do marketing. It's that my marketing is your guys' bookkeeping, so I do get it. But I did prep some just little tips, little weekly to-dos and monthly to-dos to just keep you on track because the last thing that anybody wants to do is rush at the end of the year. Like, it's December right now. Everyone's thinking of, if you're on the fiscal year, if your calendar's, January to December, you're rushing and you're going, do I have anything? Or can I put it off a little more before tax time comes in, the spring? Okay,
Right.
you can put it off, but should you? Give yourself a Christmas gift. So, is there anywhere in particular that you would find beneficial even for yourself, Billy? Because like I said, I was debating on how to start this, and I've got a
Yeah.
couple different options, but is there anywhere in particular that you'd like me to start? Anything that's really burning as a question? What do you think would be best?
Yeah. So I think the biggest question I've been asked a lot and kind of, man, why I'm so thankful that you're able to jump on is because as content creators, a lot of us get gifts per se, right? Brands will
Mhm.
reach out to us, send us products, and we review those products in exchange for sometimes the hope that we get commission on the sales. I know Brian does a lot of that. He's actually doing really well. And so if we're gifted or given products to review for a brand, I guess our is that to be counted as income? How do we keep track of that? Because that's the biggest thing. And then when do we not need to worry about it? Because if we're only, given maybe under $500 worth of products throughout the year to review, do we even need to worry about it? That kind of
Right.
stuff, it gets tricky.
So I'll make it actually nice and easy. That's a really good question. Anytime you're getting anything physical, even so, you guys are content creators. I know a lot of people who do a trade for services,
Mm.
and it's the same premise. If you're reviewing let's say a camera. If you're reviewing a camera and this camera is, let's just go on the lower end of a professional camera, $1,000. That's a pretty low end. You do still need to record it as income in your bookkeeping. So whether you're using QuickBooks or just a spreadsheet, you do need to record it as income. Now, obviously, you didn't receive cash from it, so you're not going to say that it went into your bank account, but it is still a form of income, and you just need to write notes that it was, a camera valued at this much. And the biggest part is you need to prove that it was valued at that much, because if you're reviewing a professional camera, these things can get expensive,
Yeah.
right? You're
Brian
looking
knows.
at, yeah. So there we go.
Yeah.
4,000, $5,000 cameras
Yeah.
are like, even from what I know, on the lower end. You still need to put it in there. So what I would recommend is going to their sales page of whomever sells it, whether it's Sony or whomever, and printing that off as kind of like a receipt in a sense, and just making sure you have that. It's something to prove that the value is the actual value that you're recording, and you're not claiming a $4,000 gifted camera as $1,000,
Okay.
because that can be seen as, fraud.
Right, right.
As for your question on, is there any limits? No. So technically, every cent that you get of income needs to be claimed,
Okay.
because it is a form of income and the government wants their money.
Right.
So there's only so much that we can do in the moment. So you do want to record absolutely everything, but on the flip side of that, you do want to record absolutely everything for your write-offs as well,
Okay.
right? So for those who are on school, as these lovely people are, if you're on school and you have your own community and you're paying for the pro community, that's $99 plus sales tax every month.
Yeah.
Write that off. Do you have editing software? Write it off. Do you have an office in your home and it takes up 10% of your home? Write off 10% of your utility bills.
Right.
There's write-offs that it's okay, sure, it might be a
Yep.
personal expense, but you can still write it off.